Hey, let's talk about something most people don't realize does exist, but we've all been through this one way or the other, or we're still healing from this. And it has to do with trauma and, healing from trauma and how it affects the way that you view love. So, trauma doesn't just hurt you, but it also rewires you as a person. If you found yourself falling in love too easily or being so attached to people too quickly, or you find yourself sabotaging good relationships, especially because you feel like they're too good to be true, or you find yourself shrinking yourself just to be accepted by someone, it could just be because of your past experiences and your trauma. Well, it doesn't mean that you're crazy when you reacted this way towards love or when you realize that you've been this way. It's just your reaction towards pain and how this pain has rewired the way that you see love. The way that trauma rewires you in terms of how you would view love is that if you're someone who craves for stability, it's because you've had lots of inconsistencies in your past. And if you're someone who craves for attachment a lot, or you're scared to be vulnerable because it's led to abandonment in the past. So you don't want to be vulnerable when you meet people or when someone is beginning to love you. You hold that back because you're scared of being abandoned. Or just maybe you shrink yourself, to be accepted. That's because in the past you've not been seen. And you end up, if someone even gives you any form of attention, you end up being there because you think that they've seen you enough. And this person might just not be good for you, but because you crave to be seen so much, you just end up remaining in that relationship. Well, the first thing in dealing with this is recognizing the patterns that you've had so far in love and how this has affected your relationship. Recognizing it and just accepting that this is the way that you are at the moment, but you can change it. So I know it doesn't come easy because trauma is something that is registered somewhere in our brain because of what we've been through in the past. So it can be really, really difficult, but you need to realize that this is not what you want for yourself, and you're ready to break that pattern. You're ready to change that pattern. So after recognizing that this has been your pattern and you want to change that, you need to change your mindset afterwards. Now, changing your mindset means you need to know that you deserve love, and you deserve love at its fullest. So for you to also feel and accept that you deserve love at its fullest, you need to recognize what love feels like. You need to know what love feels like. From my experience, the first time I met my partner, I felt this kind of peace around him that I've never had with anyone. So I think that love is something that is really peaceful. Love in itself is peaceful, and the one for you will come with so much peace. If you have that peace when you are with that person, that is love right there. And please, you don't want to sabotage that. You want to accept that with all of your heart. And how are you going to accept that? By saying to yourself that you deserve love, right? Love doesn't feel like work. Love is not inconsistent. Okay, of course you would have your ups and downs, but it is very much consistent. It doesn't feel like there is fear. You shouldn't have fear when you're in love. You should be free when you're in love. You shouldn't feel like a performance. You should just feel like you're living. You should be breathing around this person. You shouldn't feel like you have to put up an act. Okay, so you need to recognize the signs of love and recognize what it is, what it feels like to be in good love and real love. Real love is not manipulative. It doesn't gaslight you. So probably in your past, you've been used to people gaslighting you all the time. And maybe when someone is saying the truth this time around, it just feels like this person is actually trying to sabotage or gaslight you. But yeah, study more and read more to see that real love would never manipulate you. Real love is peaceful. Real love doesn't feel like a performance. Okay? And please remember that you deserve love no matter what you have been through in your past. Okay? Your past stays where it is. It might have rewired you, the trauma might have rewired you, but please remember that what has happened in the past stays in the past, and do not let the past determine what your present and your future should be like, okay? So the power is in your hands. If you want to break that pattern, it starts with you. Remember, it's time to stop asking yourself, what is wrong with me? Instead, start asking yourself, what happened to me? That way, you will stop chasing love and start to attract love with so much fullness, because you'll be able to heal better. If this feels like something that you would like to listen to again, I do speak on personal development, relationships, and healing on my channel. So please hit the subscribe button, and I can't wait to see you on my next video. I love you.